Howdy, y'all. I just really felt like I needed to make this video. I know that injustices have happened and continue to happen to people all over the world due to race, ethnicity, skin color, religion, you name it. I was raised by my great-grandparents to love everyone, period. I know a lot of people automatically assume that everybody from down south is racist. Tons of stuff has happened down south. Yes. Absolutely horrible. Stuff still happens. And stuff still happens all over this country and all over this world. My wish is that the entire human race can unite, stand up for each other, advocate for each other, accept each other for our differences, because that's what makes us beautiful. I am not downplaying at all anything that has happened to any group ever, that still happens to any group ever. We need to find a way to come together and unite as humans, period. Everything negative needs to stop. People need to quit hating on each other because of where they're from, how they talk, how they look, what their culture is, where they came from. When my mom and Papa were explaining part of this to me as a child, Papa sat me down with his really old Bible from 1956. And in John chapter 13, and you don't have to be religious. I have friends of all religions. I have friends that have no religion, so to speak. I have friends of all skin colors, all nationalities, all everything. Like, yeah. So basically the story here is when Jesus was washing the feet of his disciples. And of course they're like, oh no, you can't do that. You're our master. And he basically tells them, you know, okay, I'm your master, but I'm not better than you. You're not better than me. And then he says in verse 34, a new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another as I have loved you, that ye also love one another. So the first thing we need to do is love one another. And we need to help each other fix all of the problems, the past problems, and to prevent problems from happening in the future. Let's all love one another. And I want to be perfectly clear. I don't say any of this to diminish anything that anyone has ever been through or is going through. I do not and cannot understand what different groups have went through and are going through. I would love any productive advice on what I could do to help more. Educate me. Just be nice. We all should be nice to each other. No one can change anything that's happened in the past. Whether that's hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago, or yesterday. And that doesn't make anything bad that has happened right. So much has happened that's wrong. And like I said, I can't understand. I don't understand. The only thing remotely I could understand, and it's nowhere near the same level of atrocities that have happened, is just as a woman. There's things that women have to put up with. And growing up down south, now this is true, especially in my church, it wasn't that women weren't considered equal, but we kind of had our place. And, for example, in church, if you had a question, and this is from the Bible, you were supposed to ask your husband and not speak out in church. And if he didn't know the answer, he was supposed to go to the preacher or wherever and find the answer. We could teach Sunday school. stuff like that, watch the kids. But that is how I grew up. And I have a great husband. You know, he's nice. He treats me good and all that stuff. But ultimately, in the end, if we're completely arguing about something, he generally gets his way. And that's not the same thing as what happened and what's still happening and what things people are getting away with. Not just in this country, but all over the world. So anyone who has experienced any of this stuff, educate others who want to be educated. Tell us how we can help make things right, how we can help change things. And then just again, like, I love everybody. I really do. Let's love one another.